stream quality is good. You just have to make sure that we're getting live on YouTube and the stream quality stays good, because it takes longer to get live on YouTube than it does to get live on Twitch. So anyways, just got to make sure that happens. And it looks like we are live on YouTube and everything is functioning. Let's actually get that a little lower maybe. Yep, I think that's right. I think that's better. At least I think so. Well, everything appears to be in order, so it looks like we are ready. Let's get into this. What do we got to do? What do we have here? We have some energy for that. Well, that's usual. Welcome, Epic Dorito. Thank you for coming on by. Hope you're doing well today. There we go. Like that. Yeah, everything's set up. So that's a nothing point. What's over here? What do I have? Hey there, Chris. Welcome to the stream. Whenever you're wanting to do the roster review, I'm good to do it. I've got everything saved. We'll have to switch inputs and such for it, but I can do that whenever you're wanting. What am I doing? You 3-starred your Drax there, Epic? Congrats. What am I doing here? Right, that's who I'm farming. I'm farming this guy. As per usual. Still going good? Yeah, still going good. Perfect. Here we have... Right, so we just moved up to Gold 3 in War today, which is good. Ooh. Talk about tempting. There's nothing I want more than to pick up these Mr. Sinister shards. But I need to be saving my war credits right now. Oh, brutal. I don't know how long I can hold off on that though. Just get this, maybe we can get what I need. Nope. I mean, I need these too. Whenever I have time. I'm good pretty much whenever. I do need to make sure to do my DD3 run, of course. Then otherwise, I'm pretty free. I can actually get into my... I never noticed the new logo. That's pretty good. The new graphic, I mean. I can pretty much do the DD3 run whenever, so I can probably do that now. That's a good idea. So yeah, I'll start off with my DD3 and then whenever you're wanting. So let's take a look here. We are still fighting for this Elite 5. Get that Proxima Midnight in here. I feel like she just got bigger somehow. Something happened to make her bigger, and I don't remember what. Hey, welcome back to the stream there, Uncle. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Got cookies. Sweet, I got 3 cookies. But it's only 3, so I can't just chug them. That's unfortunate. Alright, so here we go. Getting in DD3 early today. These 2 strifes are brutal. This Mordo's annoying, Killmonger's annoying. There's a lot of annoying things in this situation. But not much I can do. Let's clear that. Well, apparently I won't clear that. Worth a shot. Definitely not worth that. Alright. Stun Greg. Alright. Come on now, just attack the Hela. Not the Hela, the Phoenix. There we go, they listened to me. I just said the wrong person, so it's all my fault. Kill Phoenix. That's Black Bolt. Okay, put that down to ×1. Okay, that's fine. Just need to make sure she's gonna get her special off. Alright. So there's 2 people that are healing themselves on their team. which is going to be annoying. I'll probably have to save them for last, which is Killmonger and Mordo. Mordo is a little easier to take down than Killmonger, but that Killmonger is going to be a big pain in the butt. So that wasn't that bad. 2.89 mil, okay, not too bad. Yeah. Get into this here, and I'll just take out Proxima, put in Ultron, hit this heal button, heal up Phoenix, and there we go. Get back in, and then that's, hopefully I can get another special, maybe even get really lucky and can get an ultimate today. I haven't had a Phoenix ult in a very long time. That would be great. Do I expect it? Not so much. But it would be great. What do I need? Let me open this. Just gonna work on getting the screenshots open because I put them in a unique file. Just need to find the file while I wait for things to load. Okay, so that's that. Okay, it is opened. Alright, lose my Phoenix. Alright, let's see. I'll go with my special, which is good. Let me get some summons in here, and maybe they just decide to focus. Ah. Oh well. Ultron basic. Alright. Colossus would help. Yeah, Colossus would help. So would Yo-Yo. There's a few characters that would be helpful here, but my Colossus would die really, really quick, even if I could bring him in. Mind you, in my opinion, Colossus has become infinitely more important with the Black Order, because as of right now, until you get your Proxima Midnights and your Corvus Glaives really built, they do struggle taking his taunt away. That is the biggest issue I've found with the team so far. So a big Colossus is definitely not a bad idea for DD3, or just in general for Arena and such. Okay, so making some progress here. We've got a few characters killed, and overall, some success. What's this? Is this telling me I did something good? Alright, we're still a bit out on that. Alright. Do you want me to do the roster review now there, Chris, or shall we wait, and would you rather do it later? It's up to you. I'm going to be here the whole time no matter what, so... That cookie was very chewy. Wow, that was good. Sure? Okay. Let me just hope I remember which... Okay, I've got to minimize that. Got to minimize that on my screen, and then this button, I think. Let me just hit that button and see what happens. Does it work? Yeah, it looks like I did it. Okay, so I put all of the screenshots you sent into this little folder here. So I'm just taking a quick look. It looks like... Alright. So I'm thinking that's the top. Okay, let me try here. I'll go left. Okay, so this, the bottom saved. Just to take a quick look at the teams here, just so I can remember things. But no worries, it honestly didn't bother me. I probably should have had you just send it to me directly. That would have probably been a good idea, but I didn't think of it. Is there anything in particular you're wanting me to take a look at or give feedback on? Like, is there a certain mode that you're struggling with, like you want a team for or anything, or just in general thoughts on the roster? Because obviously this bottom team, there's not a whole lot to say about it. Same with the second bottom. We got Mantis, who is a good character, but you don't technically need her on any teams. Especially because most people use their save squads for Blitz, so yep, that's a good Merc team. Which says to me you're not using Wakanda, so then you're probably going to have to try and find homes with other Wakandan members. Good Kree. Teams for Blitz? Okay. Well, if it's for Blitz, you can... Let's take a look at that. Just Gut Instinct. Yeah, that's too small. Never mind on that one. He's too small. Hand, Red Skull. Who did you have with the Kree? Okay, the Kree is Ronin-less, which means you probably have a Ronin somewhere else, which I will try and remember to keep an eye out for. Aim, which you use Infector there. Okay, he is the worst aim member, but for a Blitz team, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, if they're dropping down tier levels, they'll definitely do that job. That's fine. Sinister 6. There you do have a full Wakanda. So you have Killmonger on 2 teams now? Okay, so then might be beneficial to find something to do about that. We got this team here, so which is the ideal war team, but it's technically not the ideal Blitz or Raid, but it's probably fine. Supernatural, of course. So you use your Ronin on like a side Kree team. Interesting. Interesting. What do we have here? Okay. This is an interesting one that might try and think of something. The Korath Ultimus strategy is pretty good. My only thought about the Ronin here is Ronin gets more use out of the minions. So perhaps could use another character there. Could technically also put Korath on the Merc team, but it's not super necessary. This is a team that's similar to what I would have called Godsbane, which I believe had Kree Cyborg as the 5th man, so you could switch Ronin and Kree Cyborg theoretically. It's not a bad idea. You could also just throw in a Winter Soldier if you haven't built up and make it kind of a villain type team. Fantastic Four, Hero Brawlers, perfect. Brotherhood 2.0. And then you have Shuri on 2 teams here. Okay. Interesting. Okay, interesting. We do have 2 double use characters. Yeah. Black Order looking good. Power Armor looks good. I'd assume that means you don't have Ironheart yet, but that's more than enough. Fine. Vision's also someone that can go and take Ronin's spot, but that's not the biggest issue right now. We got the Spider-Verse characters. Yeah. Okay, so some more repeat characters here. You have multiple teams with like a lot of characters. So this is Thanos repeat. There's 2 more repeats here. Okay, so as Guardians, that should be pretty big. Then Defenders, of course, pretty big Defenders. Another Guardians type team with Minerva. What was the team I said the other day with M'Baku? Right. The team I think I said it with M'Baku would have been Marauders. Let me show you. Where did that be? Basically, picture this. See this team here, the 259k Marauders team with Shuri. Using M'Baku in that Strife spot can be pretty deadly. But from what I learned today in War, yeah, Shuri does work very well with Marauders. Shuri works well wherever you put her. She's an amazing character. And hey, Wiki Wolf, something else I've learned is I faced a team today which was Ebony Maw, Thanos, Mr. Sinister, Mystique, and Strife. And Strife with another tank is absolutely brutal to deal with if there's enough healing. That combination took forever. So something else to consider there, but... So you do have quite a few double slots here. Okay. Then you got the typical Asgardians, which we saw already. And I'm assuming this top team here is like a raid team, perhaps? Yeah, it's a raid team. It looks like a raid team. Interesting. Okay. So you do have Ironhearts. So eventually you're going to get Ironheart up, and then she can take Vision spot on the Power Armor, and then you could put Vision from the Power Armor team onto that Godsbane team in for Ronin. Then you could put Ronin back with the minions where he gets more value, and you could take one of those minions perhaps, and you could take Cyborg and put him where Korath is, then put Korath where Killmonger is in the mercenary team. Yeah, a U7 team, that works. That's a perfect U7 team. It's not the one I use, but it definitely gets the job done. Okay, so that's actually... I haven't looked through the full roster. I mean, I did earlier, but right now, just a quick gut reaction on fixing a lot of the double use for blitz purpose only. Get Ironheart up, and you can put her in for Vision. Put Vision in where Ronin is. I am Canadian. Yes, I am. I am from Toronto. But I don't live there anymore, but that's where I was born and raised. Half raised. Moved to the US, but yes, I'm Canadian. So, Vision goes where Ronin is on the Godsbane team. Ronin goes to the Kree minions. You take Kree Cyborg out from there. You put him where Korath is on the Godsbane team. You then take that Korath and you put him on the mercenary team for Killmonger. And you'd no longer have a duplicate there. But then you still have the duplicate Shuri. So that is a start on something that you could do to get a extra usage. Do I kick Strife? For that one team I was mentioning with Shuri and M'Baku, yes, you could, but you could also replace literally Mystique or Sabretooth, and that would work well too. It's a bit of what you have built and what you don't. Strife is apparently a really good second tank, like a really, really good one, and can be very frustrating. And I didn't quite realize that until today. Hey Chloroform Kyle, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Just going over Chris's roster here and giving some feedback. So obviously these characters aren't going to play too much into it. We got here, of course. Alright, everything's fine. You do have... I know that you had double use of Minerva. For Blitz, to make it simple, you can just drop Mantis in Minerva's spot. Don't need to say too much more on that. But that's a quick, easy fix just to kind of keep it from having double use of characters. The goal isn't always to have every team at their very best form for Blitz. It's to be able to make as many teams that are consistent and reliable as possible. So even if you turn a team from like an A+ to a B+, but then you get 2 B+, it can usually be a little more effective. And it's much better than having a character having to be on 2 different teams, because you're going to lose a lot of teams that way. I see the half of the message there, Tom, but it looks like you're trying to say more, so I'll just wait that. Tom, that is actually something that I have looked at, I have thought about a lot, and there is a lot of danger to doing something like that. If you do that, that could make war an absolute mess of a grind. I've thought about doing that for Days Since Arena, but it would take a lot of coding. Theoretically, I really like it, but it could lead down a pretty long rabbit hole, at least. So we've got... Most everything else makes a fair amount of sense on your roster. It's just a matter of at least maximizing what you do have in order to get more teams out of it without having to reuse characters for Blitz. Like, there's some characters that are a little higher than probably necessary. Near the bottom of your roster, the only character that I saw that definitely needed more attention is your Ironheart right off the bat. But that's a brand new character, so in all likelihood you're planning on doing that anyways. Aim Infector is not the best one, but far worse things to be concerned about, like a big Night Nurse, but you don't really have a lot of use for that anymore, but that's not anything you can really do anything about at this point. Nobu Hand, right? Drax. You have Drax somewhere. You had Drax from the Guardians. You're also double using your Kingpin. Kingpin is not good enough of a character to be double used. That is for sure. Alright, so then you have these characters, which are going to definitely... Domino can do Storm. Likely, just trying to think of what you can do for... You have a big cable? Marauders' use of Shuri. Because you seem to have all the Wakandans. You do have Shuri, you had M'Baku, you had Killmonger. You had the full Wakandans. Yeah, you did. So you could theoretically break them up onto the other teams, which would put Shuri with the Marauders. You could keep Killmonger with the Mercs, which could save you time. You could drop Black Panther onto the Hero Brawlers, and then take Deadpool and put him with Domino and Cable, which I haven't seen Cable. Cable? Where's Cable? Probably has been around, I just missed him. And Domino, Cable, Storm, Deadpool, then obviously Negasonic Teenage Warhead, but where is Cable? Did I miss him again? Oh, there's Cable. Yeah. Cable can also hold down that slot for the Marauders in the meantime. Because eventually I think there's going to be a fifth one. So you do... The only main character that is a concern that you built because you don't have built is Ironheart. And then back to the bottom. I went one too many. Negasonic Teenage Warhead X-23. Right. Your wife has different priorities on MSF spending? What do you mean? And yeah, Tom, I like the idea. I'm just not sure if it could lead to issues. Okay, so that is a bit of a conundrum. So obviously, don't worry about the top team. It's irrelevant. This team here, best answer, well, switch up the character order. I guess I would switch Drax and Groot and put Mantis in between them. That is actually my team I would use. Just use the full Guardians. You can afford to do that because your Rocket and Star-Lord are big enough, they'll still be doing it. And then you don't have to double use your Minerva. So that saves you some Blitz charges, which means you can get more Blitz points. Defenders, fine. Asgardians, fine. She wants to go back to Europe. Well, as someone that lives in Rome, I highly recommend it. So I support coming to Europe. Oh, sorry, I completely forgot to respond to that there, Dogger. Dogger? Dogger? Dodger? I'm going to go with Dogger. Saskatchewan, very nice. I've actually never been to Saskatchewan, but I do hear nice things about that. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm making it back to Canada this year, until maybe Christmas time, with everything going on. This team here, did you already use that Black Widow? Well, quick answer. Well, first off, don't bother with Thanos here. You already have him somewhere else, that's fine. So just drop Winter Soldier in for that Thanos as a quick possible answer. Oh, very nice. Congratulations. Europe's a wonderful place, and I really enjoyed here. This king, so we need to replace one Kingpin so far. So we have a Kingpin that needs replaced. Hand Sentry, yep, that's an option, but he did use a hand team. But I can take a quick look at something, perhaps here. We've got Shuri here, which you could break up the Wakandans for, but I don't think that's quite as quick or as efficient right now. So the option is either keep the Wakandans and then you run out with an issue here. For now, I would keep Shuri on the Wakandans until the X-Force is finished. Right, until you can make an X-Force team out of it. Because then you can break up the X-Force characters, so you can remove Deadpool, so you can put Black Panther there. You can drop M'Baku somewhere interesting. You could even, for blitz purposes, here's something. Because Okoye is kind of homeless the moment you break apart the Wakandans. But you could put, for that one Kingpin, you could put M'Baku here and put Sabretooth on that team. That would work pretty well. It's a decent fit. But for now, almost Cable here might be the way to go. And then just try and survive off of your Mr. Sinister. Probably is fine. You don't mind spending the 5? Okay, well, if you want to do that, that's fine too. You can do that, and then once X-Force comes fully out, that might be the way to go, is just break them up. Find a good home for M'Baku, possibly here. And then, yeah, once X-Force comes out, I would say, top of my head, is bring M'Baku, put him in for the Sabretooth. This team will then be a surviving machine. Put Black Panther on the Brawlers, take that Deadpool, put him with the X-Force. Yeah. And the Sabretooth can go replace that one Kingpin, so you're not reusing cores for Kingpin. Winter Soldier, take Thanos' spot. Okay, that makes sense. So then here, because it's Blitz, you don't really need to do anything about this as much. I mean, I would eventually work on getting this Ronin to your Kree minion team and put Kree Cyborg here for Korath and Kree Cyborg in with the Mercs, which would then save the Killmonger, but you don't need to do that if you're breaking up your Wakandans. So, yeah, that's fine. This is fine. It's not a beautiful team, but it'll do what needs done. Leftovers, of course, fine. So you do have Sentry, Assassin, Elektra, Sorceress, Nobu. So there's no Archer and Blade Master. I don't remember if you had either of those built up. I can check. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think that is probably the most efficient way that you could use a roster right now. Otherwise, everything is looking pretty good. Your U7 team looked pretty good, which I just completely went past, but that's fine. Let me just see here. Your All-Star Researcher. Your Archer is not too bad, and your Blade Master is not too bad. You could theoretically put Archer in for Sentry, because Hand's not winning anyways, so then you can use that Sentry to fill up one of the spots that you have a double-slotted person in. Sentry is usually pretty good for that type stuff. But there's mostly, you have a pretty good roster. Things seem to be fitting pretty well. Do you have any other questions? Anything you want me to look at, or does that pretty much cover it? You have, your raid team is set. You have a couple of really big teams here that you could be using on War Offense. Probably Black Order / this type concept team is handling that well enough. Yeah, I think everything is pretty good here, other than the suggestions I did give. Is there anything else you want me to take a look at? Any other questions? I'd be glad to answer. Where to put your Ultron? Did you not have him anywhere? Did you? How did I miss that? Welcome, welcome. Lukey? Lukey? Is that how I say it? I hope that is. Okay, here's a quick answer for that. Whatever team that you have 4 out of 5 characters for, so anything that you need to hold a slot until you get another character, so you don't reuse characters, just put Ultron there. Ultron is the Omega hybrid character. So, for instance, right now you can just plop Ultron instead of Shuri on your Marauders. Easy blitz winning team. Ultron is trash? Roach, Ultron is not trash. Alright, well, welcome to the stream anyways then. Also, welcome to the stream, Roach. Yeah, you could just put him in with the Marauders. You can put him here if you really want to. There's not many bad answers. Any team that you don't have fully filled out, that you have an extra person, a person being double used to fill out. you should be plenty fine using Ultron in that spot. How big is your Ultron? Let me take a look. You could use him where the Thanos is, but... yeah, with that big of an Ultron. Yeah. Honestly, it sounds not very helpful, but you can literally put him wherever you have. Wherever you have space. It's pretty good. You're going to make Aimtron. What would be the best characters with Ultron? That would be Scientist Supreme, Graviton, Aim Scientist, Aim Assaulter. Yeah, you could put him there. That's a fine answer. I'm pretty sure I told you some... Ultron is old news. Dr. Doom will spit on him. Well, he's... when Dr. Doom does come to the game, potentially, but Ultron at this moment is still one of the best characters in the game. What did I tell you to put there? I know I told you quite a few options for that, like Winter Soldier, but yeah, he would work here. That would be plenty fine. Overall, it's looking fine. How are you ever going to beat stage 2-7 of Nexus? Nexus 2-7. Well, that's one I haven't seen in a very long time. Did I ever do anything on Nexus 2-7? I don't know. And yeah, that is a pretty nice roster, Chloroform Kyle. He does have some pretty good teams. So let me just take a quick canter back at the game. If there's anything, other questions you have, feel free to let me know, and I can take a look at that again. But let me hit that. What do we got here? Contact request. Absolutely accept that. Get that showing so I can see if there's anything I missed. Meantime, perfect. Now I take a look here. Did I get that fixed? Yes, I did. Also, Chloroform Kyle, whenever you're wanting me to look at your roster, I can do that too. I got all your screenshots saved in a file, so I can do pretty much the same thing. And take a look at any questions you may have. So we're doing pretty good there. But again, you have any other questions, Chris, just feel free to ask. I have the screenshots literally on the other window, so I just have to go switch over to it. So you, Lukey, you said Nexus 2-7. Okay. Well, let me take a look really quick on my phone here to see something. Yeah, I think they will definitely have something where it's like a little duplicate option. That would be pretty awesome. That would be really fun. My channel. You're welcome. So, let me see. Do I have anything on Nexus 2.7? I used to do a lot of videos on the old campaign nodes, but I'm not sure if I did anything as early on as Nexus 2.7. I don't have anything on Nexus 2.7 on me, but Lukey, what team are you using? I will be glad to give you any input on the node, even if I'm not familiar with the node. If I hear what characters you're using and what other characters you have options to use, that could be pretty helpful on getting to the next spot. Alright, so you just want advice on what to build next, teams and single characters? Well, I switched to this screen, so I might as well show one node of gameplay. Let's do alpha. You have to go? Okay, no worries. If you want an answered in the future, feel free to pop on by. I stream pretty much the same time. Or you can join my Discord and let me ask the question there, and I'll be glad to answer it. Anyways, have a good day. What note? Just take a quick note, and then I'll pop open your file and answer any questions. Also, I don't remember if I said you're welcome, but definitely you're welcome. I'm glad to help there, Chris. So this is my alpha team. It involves 2 really big characters. So let me work on getting the file for Chloroform Kyle open, because that is technically not open right now and I can't read. And let's minimize that so I can see things back. That's fine, and scroll down to bottom. Where'd that be? Where is that? Well, I don't know where that is anymore. That's fine. Well, I can hit this real quick. Where did that file go? Literally think I misplaced the file. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of my face. There we go. Much shorter file. And open that back up for the time. There we go. Got everything back in order. Guys, I haven't broken my stream yet. I'm doing good. I've switched between inputs 5 times and nothing crashed. Yes, it is completely up and running, Tom. All you need is to have your characters at tier 9, I think. Maybe there's another detail to it. But I keep planning on using characters that I don't have built up, but you need them at least tier 9 for them to be eligible. But it is open. I've been enjoying Balanced Draft a lot because it's actually making people just pick more random characters, because it feels like less of a reflection on your actual talent for some reason. Even though technically everyone's more even here and there can be a lot more strategy involved, everyone's like, I never use this character, let's see how they are. So the little bit of added chaos is beautiful and I'm really loving it. Okay, so now that I ate that cookie, which is obviously the most important part. Chloroform Kyle, are you still here? You still around and you'll duel me? Certainly, I will accept that the moment that I have finished the roster review for Chloroform Kyle, which should likely be a bit of a shorter one because it's less screenshots, honestly. You are good? Yeah, it does level the playing field, but it makes people have a little more fun for some reason, and fun is good. Who is my favorite hero to use? Oh man, that's a hard one. Symbiote Spider-Man right now is very fun to use. I'll go Symbiote Spidey. Also, welcome to the stream. Alright, so let me minimize this, and hit this. Okay, now I just need to make sure I actually did that right. Yeah, it looks like I did. So let me just open this screenshot. That appears, oh my, that is going to challenge my eyesight. Can you guys read this? Because it's going to be a little difficult, but let's get to the bottom, because the best place to look. I do remember, good choice, thank you, it's a fun character. I remember from looking at your roster when you first sent it, you have a lot of really good characters at the bottom of your roster. Like, you have like your full Black Order team down here, which is, you have Symbiote Spidey down here. Oh. Mr. Sinister, Symbiote Spidey, Carnage. Okay. So there's a lot of things that I could easily say, work on this, just based off of who you have at the bottom. Like, top two, just off what I'm seeing right now, is Mr. Sinister and Symbiote Spidey, who I would say are definitely top 10 characters in the game because they're so dang versatile. But instead of just saying that without looking at the rest of your roster, you have a lot of good characters. You have a lot of stars on characters, and a lot of them, it doesn't look like you've had the resources and time to build yet. So makes it a little interesting here. Is there a specific, like that Falcon is pretty low, but I would say there's probably a bigger concern. Is there a specific mode that you're most wanting to be building towards, that you're wanting to get further on? Ooh, that Domino is huge. Looks like you sold straight out for X-Force. Not a bad idea. Jumping metas is pretty good, even if they are more of a war offense team. War and Blitz. Okay, so... Right. Okay. So you have a lot of good things pretty soon there. But then down at the bottom, you have the full... How do you get a roster review? You send me messages on Discord. To clarify now, just for going forward, like DM me on Discord with screenshots and say, hey, can I get a roster review? And when you're around on stream and I'm streaming, say, hey, could you possibly do that now when I'm not doing something that's super urgent? And then I say, sure. And then I switch over and do a roster review. I think that's pretty easy. My waiting list is currently 0 people long. This is the one I have left. So I know I'm about 1,000 less people than Christina's waiting list. Ooh, I didn't even notice Ultron down here. Good evening, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so I would say what you should do. You have quite a few really big characters that are at the bottom of your roster. I would start by getting, if you have any teams that have 4 out of 5 characters built up, something like your X-Force looks like a bit of a priority because you already have them pretty built. So if you get them up higher, that is going to help. You hate going against Black Bolt. I can give you some advice on that in a quick second here. But other than that, you have an Ultron who definitely could use some love. You have an Ebony Maw who could definitely use some love. Mr. Sinister who can definitely use some love. Symbiote Spidey who can use some love. Carnage who can use some love. Then you have a lot of good characters, but those are like the really peak ones. Then I would say start building out your Black Order, because Black Order is a huge help for Blitz and a huge help for War. So yeah, that's what I would say is the thing you really should be focusing on, because you have pretty much everything unlocked. Obviously you don't have Fury here. Is that a 7 red Fury? Oof. Beautiful. Oh, also WikiWolf, I'd also suggest making sure you have anything specific that you're looking for. But yeah, for Blitz and War, the Mr. Sinister, the Carnage, the Symbiote Spidey, the Ultron, the Ebony Maw are probably the big ones to start with, and then fill out the rest of your Black Order. Because you have this Coulson who's going to help you on defense, you have Taskmaster that's going to help you on defense. You have a couple other good things, but I think that's the way to start, personally. If you have any other questions, feel free to let me know. Not gonna lie, I kind of can't find the forward button. Maybe. There it is. But yeah, that's definitely what I'm seeing here. But it is a good roster, and that's a big Thanos. Yeah, it's a pretty good roster. You seem to only be building characters that you're planning on using, and that is a good strategy. Leave the Ravagers down at that bottom, that's plenty fine. And hey there, Nez. I'm going to say Nez. So let's just pop here and hit this button, You're welcome. If you do have any other questions, I'd be glad to answer them, of course. And switch over there so I can see that better. Okay, so yeah, I'll be glad to give you a review. Also, thank you, Chevel123, for the follow. It hasn't popped up on the stream yet, so it's going to double pop up. It's going to pop up now and in 7 minutes, so you know. So thank you very much for that follow on Twitch. It goes a long way. Can you get a review? Absolutely. The best way to do that is to send me screenshots on Discord. So everyone that wants a roster review, I'm going to send you a link to my Discord. Okay? Then, Is F4 a waste? No, they're not a waste. They have a couple of uses. A couple of the characters can go in other spots to hold off things. An Invisible Woman is a very good character. The thing can be used on a Hero Brawlers if you don't have something filled. They're a very good war offense team. They're not a waste. I would rank them behind Black Order in your priority list, though, but if they're your favorite Cosmic team, do that. It's a game. It's also important to remember this is a game. Fun is good. But yeah, so I'm going to put a link to my Discord server in the chat. Join the Discord server, find me, send me direct message with screenshots of your roster and any questions you may have, or just, and when you're in stream while I'm streaming, just say, hey, can you do that for me now? If you're wanting me to do it live. Otherwise, I can just text you some answers and stuff like that. So I'm going to put that in chat right now. So I believe it was, Chebble, was it you that asked about Black Bolt? Black Bolt? Yes, it was you. I just scrolled up in chat to make sure. Hella, Mordo, Ghost Rider, Sif, and Symbiote Spider-Man as first starters to get into DD3. Greg helps. Yeah, Hella's amazing. Symbiote Spidey is amazing. Ghost Rider's amazing. You're welcome. Oh, and symbiotes. Don't forget those symbiotes. Those are great characters. But yeah, only thing is, in this specific situation, you've got 3 Mystic, 1 Skill, 1 Bio. You might want to try and get a tech character in there for that purpose, or maybe a mutant. You need Phoenix. Try and get Phoenix as much as you can. That's going to help you for sure, because you don't have any global characters. But for the first 5, if that's what you got, that's what you got. Symbiote, Spidey, and Hella will probably do some pretty good work for you. So yeah. And hey there, Pony or Pariah. Let's go Pony today. How you doing? And okay, Chebble, what do you have? Do you happen to have? How far along are you in the game? That's an important question to ask for dealing with Black Bolt. Let's just do this. Like if you're a really late game and you have like Black Order, then just Black Order Black Bolt he doesn't really do a whole lot against them. If you aren't that late game, you're welcome. Glad to help. If you aren't that late game, a quick, easy solution to Black Bolt. All right, it's a 2-character solution. This is what I used until I unlocked Black Bolt to just out Black Bolt the Black Bolt. I used this: Loki, Captain Marvel. That pretty much does it. You use that Loki special on Black Bolt, and then he is going to get defense down and receive some damage. And then a Captain Marvel the alt is going to do a fair amount of damage into someone defense down, and that can usually finish off Black Bolt before he takes a turn. So then you don't have to worry about him. Not very long, only started a few weeks ago. Oh, you're running into Black Bolts only a few weeks into the game? I'm really sorry to hear that. That's brutal. So that means you may not have the Loki Captain Marvel combination either. What do you have? You could... I mean, killing him fast is usually a pretty good strategy. Yeah, definitely welcome to the game, and hope you enjoy it. It's been... Yeah. It would be tough running into a Black Bolt a few weeks into the game. Like, you shouldn't be running into Ebony... You should not be running into Black Orders. You shouldn't be running into Yo-Yo Black Bolt combos. You shouldn't be running into Ultrons in your first few weeks of the game. It's a bit brutal. Because you do need pretty good teams to deal with it. And most of the ideas that are coming to my mind, you need to have a fair amount of investment in to make it actually function. You can actually do a symbiote type team with Symbiote Spider-Man, Carnage. It's not a bad idea. It's still not perfect. Who do you have most built? And what mode are you running into Black Bolt? Because that also has a bit of input on that. Oh, and there you go. Thank you again for the follow. Streamlabs be crazy. It gives double notifications because it feels like it. I don't really know why, and neither does the Streamlabs text. So, all right. So we got that. We got that. Arena. You're running into Black Bolts in Arena a few weeks into the game. How? Oh my, that's brutal. What team do you have? Like, what do you use? This should be fine. Okay, we got all those screenshots there, which I can start to take a look at and try and download those into a Guardians with Thor. Yeah. What are the what's the character combination of the Black Bolt teams? Because that's a pretty rough one, honestly. I'm not sure there's a whole lot I can tell you. Use your blind on him. That's not even going to help because he's going to use his special, which is unavoidable turn 1. Ah, it's brutal. Not sure if your DM went through. Discord said file was too big, but said sent successfully. Huh. Huh. Normally it says one or the other. You're going against Ultron Black Bolts. Well, honestly, if you're using like Star-Lord, Rocket, Thor, Groot, Drax, there's not a whole lot I can tell you that's gonna make it any easier for you, even if I really wish I could. Now, if you're stuck with it, is there a Dark Phoenix on that team? Maybe I've got something. But that requires some T4s. That's an option. No Phoenix. Okay. So that Ultron is pretty quick, of course. So just need a bit of speed. Or the Black Bolt's not too quick. Basic. Well, that's unfortunate. Something with... I don't have it fully figured out here, but I'm kind of coming to the conclusion... That's not good. The conclusion of something with a Mordo and a Doctor Strange. You'll need a max Mordo special, which will in turn allow for a guaranteed stun, so you can actually stun the Ultron before he takes a turn, which is very good. Then Strange, because he can flip and revive stuff, but it's not fully... That's a rough one. I'm really sorry. If anyone has any ideas for what someone that's a few weeks into the game can do about dealing with Black Bolts and Ultrons, be my guest and let me know any thoughts. But yeah, I'm not entirely... Don't hit that Shuri. Bye, Shuri. Man, I haven't lost on this node in like... I've never lost a character on this node. Then the heal block, I lose 2 characters, of course. Right, okay. Well, I'll finish off the node anyways, just grumpy that I lost characters. I lost Carnage, which I can replace with Ultron. I lost Shuri, who I can replace with Venom. I don't know. Okay, Nez? Is it Nez? Yeah, Nez. What is the Discord name that I should be looking for? Because I don't know off the top of my... That's good. Even if it's rough, you're enjoying the game. I understand that. I've run into times where I just things are rough, but it's a game. At the end of the day, if you're enjoying it, that's a huge part of it. Oh, you're dry. Okay, so I'll check my phone. I can't do the roster review from my phone, so if I were to do that, I'd need to get it on my computer, which I can do. It'll take a couple minutes to get organized. What we have, I could technically do it through Discord. What we've got here is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 screenshots from you. If you sent more than 6, I don't have them all. If you sent only 6, I do have them all. So, I don't know. Let me know. What do we got now? So that went bad. And I don't feel like dealing with those repercussions. Do I have anything I need to here, or if I spent all my energy? Do I have any nodes left? No, I don't have any nodes left. Then what's it telling me to do? Well, I can't spend energy if you don't give me any nodes. You only sent 3 screenshots and I have 6. Let me look closer. Starts with the Yondu. Starts with the Daredevil. Starts with the Black Bolt. Starts with the... Yeah, it sent everything twice. So I have 3 screenshots 2 times. So yeah, I have it all. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? How far are we on this? We are close. We are pretty close on that, so we don't have a whole lot of time here. Man, I fell down 30 spots in Arena again. Defense is a mess up here. What do we got? Invisible Woman. I don't care enough. Sure, whatever. I'm just going into this blind. So do you want me to do the roster review now? Do you have questions or something specific? Oh, hey, welcome back there, Lukey. No worries, no worries. If you do want me to give some feedback on Nexus, just feel free to let me know what team you're using, and what other characters you have built up, and I'll see if I can help you through that, because I don't have that node memorized. It's been almost 2 years since I did that node, I believe. But I would still be glad to help, however I can. Actually, let's go with Thanos here. Let's do the basic here. Why not? Get this special. Why not? Why not? Basic. I can do that. I can. But it's gonna give... it's basic over here. Why not? Why? That should be fine. Okay, now I'll do this. Whenever I can, nothing specific. Maybe just general help as to what to build. Okay. I can do it today or I can do it tomorrow. It's up to you. I'm just gonna eat this cookie now. Okay, Thor, Luke Cage, Taskmaster, Killmonger, and Bullseye. Well, okay, what else do you have? Do you have anyone else built roughly to that level? Today is cool? Okay. After this node, I will get onto that then. Let me just do that there. Should I throw... Yeah, I'll throw the Moonies offense up. He'll probably kill everyone. No idea how that Phoenix is still alive. Because the issue that you're having there, Lukey, is... Well, that team, it's very mixed matched of characters that have other teams that they belong to. You have Punisher. Okay. Right. So you're just having the issue is Mantis as a healer could actually help with that node. Just extra survivability. Bullseye is not going to be providing much value in the Nexus campaign. That's for sure. He's probably one of the biggest issues you're having. Taskmaster and Killmonger, Bullseye, so there is some synergy there at least. But a Merc Lieutenant would be pretty helpful. Luke Cage is definitely not doing a whole lot for your team either at this point. And Thor's kind of a little out of home, but he's gonna... Thor will survive, so Thor's not gonna be the biggest issue. I'd say right now your biggest thing you gotta worry about is just leveling your characters a little more and trying to unlock characters that fit with what you have. A healing Mantis is always a good idea. That's one of the issues of when you're in the lower spots is there's a lot of teams, but you're getting parts of every team. You're not really getting any full coherent teams, which definitely does hurt. So, yeah, Bullseye is a mercenary too, but how much does he really get outside of war defense? He doesn't do a lot in campaign, is the main issue. So I'm going to open up Discord here. This is going to be on the background for a second. I'm going to mute the window because I get so many messages and I don't really feel like getting that annoying beep all the time. So how do I mute the window? No, it's fine. It's completely fine. I can take a look at it. Just need to... Can I mute a window? Okay, it doesn't let me mute this window for some reason. So let me just close that, open that, get this back open here so I can still read what you guys are saying. Which I can't. Let me just see. You should be fine. He does good damage with the assist from Taskmaster, yes. But he's also really, he dies really quick. He doesn't have a lot of survivability. Okay, so I should be able to just switch over there. Now I check to make sure it did. And yep, that's back. And it looks like I successfully did it. Let me take a quick look. I can't tell anymore. Yeah, that's the right screen. Nope, that's the wrong one. Okay, this one. Here we go. Back up here, so it's not going to look the same because I didn't get it saved yet. Just take a look here. Oh my, that's the one issue is it doesn't grow very much, so I do have to save these. So I'm going to put you guys back on this screen while I take care of that really quick because I can't read that. My eyesight's not good enough. So it isn't bad. Well, if you're liking the team, then the only other answer that I can give you is you just need to build them up. Those are the two options. Work on getting new characters or build up the ones you have if you can't get something done. Yes, technically sometimes the issue is strategy. I am staying longer today. Sweet. Apparently I am. Yep, I didn't even realize that this is technically 15 minutes after I was supposed to end. I can go another 15, 20 minutes, I think, maybe. So let me get this just set up here. Just making a folder for that all to go into. Figured it's probably better for me to do that off stream so you guys don't have to bother dealing with seeing every 5 of the 5 million folders I have on the computer. Downloads, back, NES, perfect. But I'm working mostly on Guardians now and a bit on Mercenaries because I was lucky enough to Taskmaster and Killmonger. Awesome. The Guardians are gonna help you blow through that campaign. The Guardians are gonna be a huge help. And Guardians and Mercenaries, they're fun teams and they're going to help you a lot. Right, saved that, and now saved that there. That should do it. Now I can close this, and I can go here, open up this file, HIJKLM, refresh, ABCDFGH. This is the content you guys want. Someone looking through files and saying the alphabet until he can find something that's in front of his face. Seriously, where can't I find? Where did it go? Where did it go? Well, I can't find it. Found it. All right. Guardians and Mercenaries on villain. Guardians on heroes, Mercenaries on villain. Yep, that is true. What do we got here? Perfect. So did I switch over there yet? Okay. Attempt 2. This should do it. Now, I can zoom in a little, even if it's not the most crystal clear because, well, it just unfortunately isn't on the way that I'm opening it right now. Look at the pane there is on 2.7. I can look at that real quick. Actually, I'll take a look. What does 2.7 look like? For me, I'm not going to be able to, there's no purpose on me going into the node because, well, I've done 8.9, but 2.7. Right, it's not going to tell me the, oh, Guardians. Okay, I see what your issue is here. You're going against the Guardians with really a burst damagey team here. You're going to get stuck on that Drax, you're going to get stuck on the Groot. With that team that you have, you're not going to really be able to do anything because they're all going to go before your Luke Cage even gives defense up. So your Luke Cage isn't doing anything. You're going to need to get through this Drax somehow, and you don't have any way to get through it. You don't have a way to clear taunt with your team. So you'll need something to clear taunt so you can take down the Rockets and the Star-Lords and the Koraths. Yeah, there's a lot of burst damage on this team. You're just going to need to build your roster up to be able to survive the burst damage. It's really all you can do at this point. So, alright, let's get to this. What we have here is a very blurry rendition of a roster. But I can kind of tell that's the bottom, and that's about 21K? That looks like 23 though. 20-something K. What does? Oh yeah, my screen always says bad network even if I'm on perfect network. Put it this way, right now, this whole day, my stream has not glitched out. It stayed connected, right, this entire time. And so I'm able to stream the game and everything like that. And it says I have no reception, so whatever. It does what it does. Yeah, the wave with Ronin. So survivability is really what you're going to need. Look at that, and yep. So here we've got, you wanted just general direction on such, I believe. So we got at the bottom, you don't have that unlocked. Okay. Domino, so your favorites, which is a good indication. You've got Black Bolt, Thanos, Hela, Yo-Yo, Shuri, Ebony Maw. You have the full Black Order here, so that's a pretty good. You're set for Arena. You're set for Blitz or War Offense. That's one of the best overall teams. You've got Black Bolt, you've got Yo-Yo, you've got Shuri set on there. You've pretty much you look pretty set for the main game modes. Like if you just your favorites, you build up your favorites, you look pretty set for most game modes, honestly. Take a quick. Is there anything glaring that I see? You seem to have everything covered with your favorites, actually. Is there anyone that should be in your favorites that isn't? I mean, maybe Crystal can get some love, but I didn't see him, but that might just be my eyesight again. Okay, this way, I think. Alright, now I'm just looking for one character here to make sure that that character's built. Otherwise, gotta go. Have a great night, and thanks again. Have a good night. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, this is a roster review right now. I've always done them, just people started asking for them literally yesterday. I've done them periodically, mostly off stream, but and not on videos. But yeah, honestly here, Nez, your roster is looking pretty good. Yeah, you're never gonna have enough resources for the game, but I don't see anything that you're just missing. You know what I mean? The game is built so that you always feel behind. That is their literal goal. Because if you feel like you're behind, then you're going to they're more likely to spend money because you think that money is going to be the difference between not being caught up and being caught up. However, if you don't, so yeah, you can spend thousands of dollars and catch your roster up. But I don't recommend that. What I recommend is with what you have, just kind of have a plan. I will say you have possibly too many favorites. Like you're maybe working on too many things at once. So just pick what you're most struggling with, that you most want to change, and then pick a plan on how to fix that and go one group of characters at a time. Because there's no way you have enough roster, like resources for 10, 15, 20, 30 characters. You're not going to be able to build 30 characters at the same time. You can go team by team, like you can go, I'm going to build up my Black Order, then I'll build up this. You can go character by character, like Thanos first, then it can be Ebony Maw, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't really matter. One thing that I've seen, I believe Milestones 365 talks about this. The best way to build up your roster without getting stopped at any point is this. You pick a team or a couple of teams or some goals that you're working for and figure out how you want to address that. But you don't go with, like, let's say you're struggling in, I don't know, you're working towards Dark Dimension 3, theoretical point here. And you're wanting to bring Phoenix, Hela, Ghost Rider, Symbiote Spider-Man, Carnage, Thanos, Ebony Maw, Sif, Proxima Midnight, all those characters to that. Don't go and just get all of those characters and build them all to it. The best way to build, if you have a lot of characters you're building, is to pick one skill, one tech, one mutant, one mystic, one bio. You can't build, don't try to build two techs at the same time. Don't try to build two bios. That is a good way that you can be slowly building up up to five characters at the same time without using too much of the same resources. Yes, it's going to cost you a lot of the basic catalysts and damage catalysts. It's going to cost you a lot of catalysts, but it's going to give you the flexibility to actually, build those characters. So you can actually get, for instance, in my theoretical Dark Dimension 3 situation, you can get Phoenix. You can get Hela. Is Hela the best mystic? I guess Maw is a mystic, so probably Maw over Hela. Hela, Maw. Tech, you can go Minerva. Bio, you can go Symbiote Spider-Man. And skill, Sif, I guess. Proxima Midnight is the one I went for. Some people are doing Merc Lieutenant. That's really only for the war defense aspect. He doesn't really provide any value. So there's a few characters. that you can use, mostly to fill out your Cosmic section because Cosmic's a little light. Proxima and Corvus Glaive are decent options, and Sif is a decent option off of the top of my head. Don't bother with Punisher. A case can be made for Merc Lieutenant, but it's not the most important one. By the way, who's asking about that? Yeah, it's yeah, this is 100%. It's all psychological. I am someone that studied. My major in university was psychology, so I'm training to be a psychiatrist. So trust me, I'm very aware on that end. You'd like Ma more? Perfect. Do Ma. Ma works, but it doesn't have to be for a specific thing. But try and spread out the way that you need to build, and it'll help you get a lot further. But yeah, Sido? I believe it's Sido. I believe I ask you this every single time I mention you, but just in case you were wondering and you were wanting roster reviews, to get a roster review, all you have to do is send screenshots to me on my Discord, like directly to me, preferably, and I will save them to my computer. And then after that point, when I'm streaming, come on by and say, hey, can you do this? Or if you don't want it on stream, just tell me you don't want me to stream it, and I can text you answers. It works that way too. It's up to you. I never mind doing it. Now it is actually 11:26 p.m. my time, which is a bit later than I meant. What are we doing here? What am I doing? Am I doing anything? I mean, do I have anything I need to do? But do you have any other questions there, Nez? I'd be glad to answer any other questions. You're welcome. Glad to help. But honestly, my thing is just narrow your focus a little more and it'll help you a lot better. All the people that sent rosters in today had pretty good plans. Like, I didn't see anyone that's biggest character was a night nurse and they refused to build their full roster, like all their good characters. You guys seem to have an understanding of what you're doing. It's just a matter of picking a plan and going for it. So I'm very thankful for that. One person that I would have liked to have come by around now that I haven't seen is Vral. Vral, is there any chance you're here and I missed you? I'll give you I know if you're here and you heard that, you'd let me know, so I'll give you a second. No, that's good advice, really. I'll do one character for each origin. I'm glad to help. You got great great content creators like me. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy my work and I'm helpful. Mostly the helpful part. Well, actually, I'm glad you guys enjoy it too, but I think helping is my bigger priority. Okay, so I don't have a whole lot I can do anymore. I mean, I can just revive characters and go in carry on my raid. I can technically do some Dark Dimension stuff like DD1 or DD2. I can blitz. I kind of forgot this blitz existed. Yeah, I've really paid no attention whatsoever on this blitz. That's bad. Night Nurse, man. She doesn't excite me. I'm not excited for the Night Nurse blitz. How far are we? Oh, we're so close. Oh man. I'll probably blitz once I'm off stream, but... Well, I didn't see anything from Vral, which is kind of sad. Because this is his favorite part of all of my streams. I like to end off with a bit of story time. Usually something fun that's happened in my life, or something similar. And he likes that a lot, so I was hoping he'd be here, but it doesn't look like he was able to make it. So I'm going to finish off with a Black Order battle and a bit of a story time. Now I just got to find my list of stories because I take notes. All right. Okay. So they can handle this on their own. I don't need to tell them what to do. It's Black Order against Guardians. They should be fine. Which one do I want to do? Apparently I came up with 7 ideas for the story today. Would you like to hear about the first ever time I got in trouble at school? For the record, I've always been a goody two-shoes. Yeah, let's do that story. That's an easy one to do, and it was top on the list, so I'm least likely to forget about that I told. Alright, so in school, especially when I was young, I was always the top of the class. I never got in trouble or anything like that. My first ever time getting in trouble was for the dumbest reason ever. Ever. It was so stupid. But my teacher was furious. She sent me to the principal's office. She called in my parents and demanded that they come pick me up at school and then come in to talk with her about my behavior because I humiliated her in front of the entire class. Like, this was serious. I never got in trouble, so my parents were like really concerned and everything. And she goes on like, he absolutely humiliated me in front of the class. He was just he was trying to make a fool of me, da 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 da. He didn't show any respect. He was giving an attitude. Any idea what I could have possibly... I'll give you a hint. This was right around Halloween. This was like, if this wasn't kindergarten, it was like first grade. Like, I was young. And I was such a good student, I didn't even talk without raising my hand at this point in time. Why did I pick Blood as Guardians? Whatever. Do you have any guesses what I could have possibly done to cause all of this chaos? Because I guarantee you won't get it. What I did was that she was creating a jack-o'-lantern for the class. And she asked when she finished if we could see the design. And I said, no, I can't really tell what it is. That was it. And she decided that it was necessary. You stole something and I didn't know. I mean, that is a completely fair one. No, but I was too good. I wouldn't have stolen something. I knew that very well. I was a really, really abnormally good child. But yeah, no, I 100%, she asked if we all could see the design, and I said I didn't see it. Do you know why I said this? Because I couldn't tell what it was. When I grew up and we were making jack-o'-lanterns, the part that was the design was the part that was black because you cut it out. This pumpkin, the part that was still there was the design. So I was looking at the holes and I was confused. So I said I didn't really understand what it was. And then she called my parents and I got grounded because I couldn't tell what a pumpkin was. So yes, I guess it all goes back to my eyesight. My first time ever getting in trouble was because I'm blind as heck. And I couldn't tell what a pumpkin was. Yeah. Anyways, that's why she's not 7 stars already. I didn't spend the gold. Right. Anyways, guys, it's coming up on midnight here, and I have a fair amount of things I probably got to be doing. So I think that's probably going to call it, unless there's anything anyone wants to do or see before I go. Yeah, my teacher did an inside-out Halloween pumpkin, and I couldn't even tell it. I'm telling you, Kindergarten Paulo was very upset for getting in trouble for this. He was innocent and framed. It was a frame job, and it was terrible. But if there is anything you guys want to see before I go, let me know as soon as you can, because otherwise I'm calling it a night, like within a minute. Thank you guys an absolute ton for coming out. Get some rest. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it. Thank you guys a ton for coming out, and I'll be back tomorrow at the same time as usual, so in 22 hours and 26 minutes, give or take a couple minutes.